Peace and love to anybody watching this video. You are now tuned into Divine Perspective, where I share a simple-minded perspective with you to help you elevate your consciousness and to protect your energy in this crazy world. This is kind of a part two to my previous video, why women don't respect men. But I'm changing the title because I'm gonna get deeper into why I think women don't really let men lead. But before I get into the deep details, I want to explain it on a biological sense and an energetic sense, starting with sexual energy. Our physical body, what runs our physical body is our sexual energy. It's what drives us. It's what motivates us to do what we want to do. It's what we're made up of. And men and women, we have two different forms of sexual energy. Men, we have semen, which is the source of our sexual energy. And women, you guys have your ovaries and the eggs and stuff, which is a sign of your sexual energy, right? So when it comes to men and women, when we have a sexual encounter, it's an exchange that goes on. So men, we are the givers when it comes to the sexual experience with men and women. You feel me? So like with 2026, with the women being overly sexualized, the men, the undisciplined men, we give all of our energy, our life force, which is our semen. So it's important for a man to practice semen retention. Semen retention helps you keep your manly essence. You notice when the longer you're with a female, the longer you're having sex with her, the longer you're releasing, the least she has respect for you. It's not that she's doing it on purpose, that she's a demonic creature or whatever. She just can feel your manly essence going away. So it's important for a man to find a way to keep his sexual energy within him. You can still have sex, you know what I mean, but you just have to hold that sexual energy. I know a lot of men, when they hear this, they go, no, I ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna get blue balls, whoop the whoop. Yeah, in the beginning you get blue balls and all that stuff. It's a lot of downfalls that when it comes to semen retention, but people don't explain the purpose of it. But we must learn how to maintain our sexual energy and stop giving it to women. When we give it to women, we deplete ourselves, and then the women naturally have to become masculine, because women, when they have sex, they don't lose their sexual energy, they get our energy. You feel me? So semen retention, the downfalls of doing this practice, when you doing semen retention and you're not looking at the reason why you're doing it to chase women, because you will attract more women when you practice semen retention, because they can naturally smell it on you, like, hey, this is a manly man. But it creates a aggression. Sometimes you unease. Sometimes you have a lot of energy. Sometimes you get mad easily. You know what I mean? So we must learn how to transform this form of energy into another form of energy. This energy also can be called Kundalini. Like, if you know anything about that, then you really know what I'm talking about. So it's important for a man to be sexually disciplined. Don't just give your shit out there. That's step one. Step two is to be able to transform this form of energy into another form of energy. That's when a man must learn how to love himself emotionally, to understand his emotions, you know what I mean, and heal from all his traumas. You know what I mean? Forgive your upbringing, forgive your parents, you know what I mean? Forgive all of your traumas. Go to therapy, understand why you feel the way that you feel. Because a lot of us men out here, we think that our validation is based off of performance. So a lot of men are performing over and over and over, but we feel empty inside. There's a reason. We got to dive into our emotions and understand why we feel the way that we feel. We have to heal, you feel me? And when we do this healing process, this sexual energy turns into another form of energy, which is power, you feel me? Love is power when it comes to a man. Man, love is not weakness, you feel me? Because a lot of us have been programmed to not express how we feel, and we just walk in as empty shells of ourselves. So number two is to learn how to love yourself, you feel me? Number three, which is one of the hardest things, is to discipline your mind in silence, you feel me? Silence is so important. We got to unidentify with everything that we thought that we knew. You know, we got to learn how to observe our thoughts. We got to learn how to sit in the silence. People in general just don't like silence because we think that there's something that we miss, and we think that there's something more important. But when you tap into silence, you're able to chill and relax your mind. When your mind is not constantly thinking about stuff, your nervous system relaxes. And this relaxation is needed for the energy to rise beyond the heart through the throat chakra and goes into the pineal gland, you feel me? And this is the practices that's required for a man to be in his true masculinity. We must be sexually disciplined, we must learn how to love ourselves, and we must clear our minds so that we can see the true vision and understand ourselves, you feel me? So if anybody can relate to this video, or if this video inspired you to change your life and practice these 3 things, please like, subscribe, share, wherever you feel like you need to do. Peace and love. My message is to create more powerful men out here. Peace.